All right, let's go to our favorite team.
There we go.
The G-Men, all right? Yep. Joe Judge. You know, I was surprised by this. I worked with Joe Judge, just for everybody out there. I was in New England with him. He was a special teams assistant right there.
Right.
Great coach, great energy. As you always know with any special teams coach, always great energy and the ability to talk to players and do all that. So that's what he brings to the table. I'll say for me, I was surprised that the Giants went this way. I just, you know, I guess.
And I ask why,
yeah.
Not only because it's always a good question in the middle, but I mean, Nick Saban background, Bill Belichick background.
Well,
Of course somebody wants to give him a chance.
You're right. Yeah, okay, I get you. And to me, that's what I think, really, I mean, that's what it lines up to me, and it looks like in a lot of ways. And, you know, the Mara family got a lot of great recommendations from Belichick, from a Nick Saban that might have sold them on that. You know, I guess I just didn't expect the Giants to go this route, too. Everything I knew from people around the NFL, he was headed to Mississippi State as the head coach, too.
Right.
So they're just, I guess it was a shock to me that way. And I guess I thought maybe the Giants would try to attract maybe a little bit of a bigger name that way. But what were your thoughts, Dad?
Well, yeah, I was completely, of course, I heard Joe Judge's name in different ways and all that, just through the grapevine, whatever. I don't even call people to ask. You know, people tell me some things sometimes. And I was very surprised. I thought they would interview Josh McDaniels again to see if that could work, because I figured Josh McDaniels has really got to like the quarterback situation down there. The Giants, like many teams, have enough parts where you're not just going into a depleted football team where you can't kind of have success right away.
Right.
So I think the Giants did what Carolina did. They went out and got somebody that's going to be the guy in the middle, the overseer.
Right.
And he's going to hire coordinators and try to do it the same way. That would be my reasoning for them hiring Joe Judge. I really, not knowing anything, I thought Don Martindale from the Baltimore Ravens would probably be the guy. I just was, you know, I heard like everybody else, it was written, things went great. And you know why, too? Because when I watch Baltimore, I just go, okay, now what is that?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they doing?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Now, I sit on a set with a guy that coached many years defense in the NFL, Bill Cowher. Bill, do you remember, did you watch Baltimore this week? He goes, yeah. I said, what the hell was that coverage?
Right.
And he goes, he started laughing, Bill, I don't know.
Right.
And so it had to be taught, and it had to be because really, truly, they were smarter than the team they were playing against. And they had them down that well, where they were basically making up. And I know, Chris and Paul, you've seen some of them. I mean, I see, you know, Earl Thomas do things. I go, now, did he do that, or was it planned? And, you know, you read.
Yeah.
So it was really clever. And I know I talked to Ray Lewis a lot about him, because when this all is, and Ray Lewis, you know, listen, he's not a yes man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And he went off on him. Oh, my God. He's awesome. And in every respect. And I just, you know, the way he said it, because he'll say negative things about coaches all the time to me in private.
Right.
And the way he said it, with the enthusiasm he did it, it just kind of thought, oh, man, I want to see this guy be a head coach.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably why I thought it kind of slanted me and affected me, where I was thinking maybe the Giants would hire him, and I would, you know, been excited if they would. Yeah. So, you know, it's you know, it's so tough. These jobs come open, they hire guys for whatever reason, but there's so many people, and I always want to say Wink because it's hard. Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
You know, he deserves a head job in the NFL.
No doubt
he has
about
proven that he can coach.
And there's one still open.
Yeah. Well, there
is one still open, and there's you know, there's other guys. You know, and not just to get into this issue, but Eric Bieniemy. I watch. You know, I'm crazy this way sometimes. I watch Eric Bieniemy during Chief games.
Yeah. He's phenomenal.
Because I want to see what he's doing, and he's always talking.
He is. He's great. He's great with the players. He's great on those. The few times I've heard him mic'd up on the sidelines and things like that, the message he gives to the offense and things, I'm always like, man, that is the proper message. Like, way to go.
And I see Andy Reid asking him and talking to him. They'll both be on their mics, and I can see them standing by each other, and they're talking, and I can see Andy Reid, you know, and I just go, man, he has got to be a bigger part of this whole thing than we give him credit for.
Definitely.
But,
Buddies,
that's disappointing because I don't think anybody interviewed him thinking they were going to hire him. So that's a little disappointing.
Yeah.
And the other one that I know pretty well, he had one chance at a head coach, was Leslie Frazier.
Yeah.
Up in Minnesota. He didn't do like a bad job, but, sometimes you get thrust in these jobs or whatever, it's tough. And everybody goes, oh, it's a retread. Well, what's the answer to the retread?
Well, the greatest coach ever is a retread.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, because the job, I hear it from everyone when I was doing games, every new coach, and they all would say the same thing, the new coach. I want to get more involved in the offense, but, man, it's just constant. Every hour there's another problem.
Yeah. And
I got to take time out to deal with this problem. And so you cannot prepare for that kind of situations that come up. And as a first-time coach, that's why the second time around you're more ready and you do a better job because you just got more information in your head.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, hey, go ahead. What did you say, Paul?
I was just listening to your dad talk about the Giants situation and Joe Judge. One thing I've read a lot, Phil, and thought myself as well, all the naysayers about Joe Judge who say, well, he was the Patriots receivers coach and the Patriots receivers were a big problem, a big part of the reason they didn't go as far as they wanted to this year. What's your response to that?
Well, then I don't know. Then I guess Joe Judge just can't make people faster and catch the ball better. I don't know. How do you do that?
Or make the quarterback throw to them. I mean,
but that's my answer to it. Come on, let's be serious. I watch the Patriots almost every week on tape, and I watched this past game already against Tennessee Titans. And okay, you listen. If you're going to think you're going to get a head football coaching job because what you did with that receiver group, you're not going to do it when you're coaching the Patriots.
Right.
No.
And that's just plain and simple. And, I kind of played it off for quite a bit of the year, and then Antonio Brown, then Josh Gordon. I think, okay, this is all going to work and all that. But as it got closer to the end and competition got better, it just magnified everything with the New England offense, and we saw what it turned out to be, especially the last couple of weeks of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, hey, he was a receivers coach. He was still the special teams coach there.
Yeah, special teams coach,
they won games with special teams, right? They did a really good job there. The receiver thing was new to him, too.
Right.
Well, the receiver job, all he was doing was probably mimicking everything Josh McDaniels was telling him to tell him.
Exactly right.
So,
yes. And Dad said it. There wasn't great talent at the receiver position.
Right.
And then, too, again, everybody can continue to dance around this subject. The quarterback's 42, and he's just not that great anymore. And people need to just start swallowing that pill. Nobody wants to accept it yet, but it's just the truth. I don't know. If Tom Brady was still a top 10 quarterback, New England would have already assured everybody that Tom Brady's back next year.
Yeah.
But he's not in their eyes, nor should he be if you're studying the game. Like, people got to get over it. I'm sick of this conversation. Last thing I'll say, too. Okay, I'm sick of it. I'm blue in the face for this crap.
Listen, you can't tell people.
You can't tell them.
Here was the answer as I talked to somebody as I had this argument yesterday, and not quite as direct as my son did, but I just go, well, you know what? Let's put great receivers around him, get a great offensive line, get two good, really, really good running backs, and get three tight ends, and then get the best play caller. I'm going to tell you what, he's going to get it done. And then who I said it to started laughing. He goes, okay, I got it. And it just, we don't do this. You don't do it about other quarterbacks. And, well, I guess we do to a degree. Aaron Rodgers, you do it because, but there's guys out there, and just for a little example, Kirk Cousins, yes, he's got Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, and it's all good. But when they drop back to pass, you got to hold your breath. And why? Because are they going to protect him? Do they have enough drop-back passing game to give him all the opportunities to be one of those great guys and all that?
Right.
And the answer is no.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Right.
And every time he dropped back against New Orleans, I was expecting him, and he knows. I can tell just by watching him and everything. He knows, get back, read it, get rid of it.
Right.
Because it's coming. And that what I mean by that, you're going to get smashed.
Yeah.
And when the Green Bay Packers just overran the Minnesota Vikings, you're like, wow, I never looked at Green Bay as a team that just can overpower you, and they did. And that's just one of the reasons why I thought, hey, if I had to put all my money on one game this past weekend,
it
was New Orleans over Minnesota.
No doubt.
son, your inheritance is gone. Sorry.
Gone. All right, I guess I'll keep working. All right, Dad, you the man. I appreciate it. One last note, too. This is a crazy thing about the Giants hiring. I had a little birdie tell me this, all right?
Yep.
Matt Rule informed the Giants on Monday night that Carolina had made this offer, right? Mm-hmm. He let them have a chance to match it.
Yep.
I also know that the Giants told Wink Martindale in Baltimore, listen, if this Matt Rule thing falls through, you're going to be our guy. And somewhere in between, whether it's the Joe Judge interview, and they were that impressed, that changed, and they decided to go with Joe Judge. But I have that on pretty good accord. Is that the proper way? Accord, right?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean. I got it from somebody who knows shit. All right, so just listen to me. All right.
Well, you know what? Everything you're saying, I've already heard too.
Yeah.
And so there has to be something there, you know. And you and I don't talk to the same people.
No, we don't.
So I talk to older, educated people.
All right.
All right, Paul. Good talking to you, man. You guys have a great day.
All right, Dad. You the man.
I'll
talk to you.
See you, man.
See you.
All right.
Be good.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.